I just want to say we're so passionate about classic movies. We're going to expand the conversation.
You can see the passion that's in this room.
It's thrilling to the core.
Put a new spin on some vintage films.
It's classic movies and more.
Hi, I'm Ron Madaska for Classic Movies and More, and as always, I'm joined by
Robert Madaska III.
And we're here October 2017, Svengoolie, all right, preview of the movies that are going to come up. I got to start out saying that I'm a little bit disappointed. Are you? You the same? You know, there's, well, I'll go through the lineup. I'll let you guys be the judge. On October 7th, Duel, which was shown recently, actually about a year ago, or less than a year ago. October 14th, The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. October 21st, Tarantula. And October 28th, The Brides of Dracula. And again, a lot of these were shown a year ago, less than a year ago. All right, so there's a bunch of different movies that are on there. The lineup I don't think is good. I think it could have been much better for a Halloween. All right, that's what we tuned in for in October, Halloween. So we want it to be good like that, but not really too good. I don't think. Do you? Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on the lineup?
Same. I'm disappointed in the lineup.
What would you have liked to have seen?
Universal monsters, at least.
Yeah.
Like Murders at the Zoo.
Yeah.
Something.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go through at the end. I'll ask your ultimate lineup. But on the 7th, Duel. All right. A business commuter is pursued and terrorized by a maniac tractor trailer driver. Again, Steven Spielberg is a TV movie, 1971. Stars Dennis Weaver and a bunch of other people who are like hillbillies and stuff. We saw this last year. We saw it again. And it was all right. You know, I mean, it's not really, again, it's October. I expect a killer lineup. And this kind of set a bad precedent right off the bat. You know, I mean, for me, it was more of a drama. It wasn't even really a horror. I really wasn't scared. Plus, I didn't really like Dennis Weaver in it. He was a little bit wimpy for me. What were your thoughts on the movie?
Hard. I don't like the movie at all.
No? Alright. It's early Spielberg, and you can tell it's early. On the 14th, which is tonight, which we're filming a little bit late. It's October, we're busy, right? The Ghost and Mr. Chicken, 1966. Director Alan Refkin. Stars Don Knotts, Joan Staley, Leon Redmond, Dick Sargent, and a bunch of other people in there. Charles Lane. Charles Lane was the tax collector from It's a Wonderful Life. He lived to 102, I think it was. 102, 103. He was an old dude. He looked like old then. Alright? So we can see Svengoolie's on. We can see. You might be able to hear in the background. You can tell. Alright. Ghost and Mr. Chicken. Your thoughts on the movie?
I don't know yet. I haven't really seen the movie.
Alright. So if you turn around, you can see it now. Alright. There it is. Alright. So again, it's a Don Knotts movie. It seems alright, but again, not something you should not show in October. That should be like a May movie, April, any other time. All right, 1966, The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. October 21st, Tarantula. 1955, a spider escapes from an isolated desert laboratory and grows to ginormous proportions. Directed by Jack Arnold. Stars John Agar, Mara Corday, Leo Carroll, all right, Leo G. Carroll, who we like, and other people. You've seen this before. I haven't. So how was it?
It just gets worse and worse.
Why? Why do you say that?
At one point, you could tell that even if it was real, you could tell that it's actually not. At one point, it's bigger than King Kong.
Really?
Yeah.
How big does it get?
Huge.
Really? Do you see the guy's hand on it moving it, or how bad is it?
Bad.
Was it so bad it was good, or was it just bad?
It was so bad it's good.
Alright, so at least that's a little bit, but still, you'd expect more in October. And then finally on the 28th, Halloween weekend, I expect the Dracula. But we get The Brides of Dracula, 1960 Hammer movie. Vampire hunter Van Helsing returns to Transylvania to destroy handsome bloodsucker. I don't know about that. He's got a lot of hair. I was giving that. Baron Meinster, who has designs on beautiful young schoolteacher Mariana. All right. Peter Cushing stars. Martita Hunt, Yvonne Marteau, and Frida Jackson, and the Baron is played by David Peel. This is horror, Hammer horror, so you're not allowed to watch it yet. So you're a little bit older. It's a little bit more graphic. They were okay, the Hammer horrors, but again, it's Halloween weekend. I expected something out of the park. Nosferatu, something like that, you know? Right?
The Phantom of the Opera.
No, something along those lines. So,
I want it.
again, October 7th, Duel. October 14th, The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. October 21st, Tarantula. And October 28th, The Brides of Dracula. All Svengoolie, all for that month. All right, but I want to talk about real quick since we have you guys on the line here. TCM for October. I think they did a pretty good job, although I would have reversed the order. They started the month by showing the Universal Horror, and they went through what a lineup that was. All right,
Yeah.
It's for you guys if you're not familiar. Sundays in October and Tuesday nights in October. Sundays are all Dracula movies. They started obviously with the one and only Bela Lugosi. There's only one Dracula, and that's Bela Lugosi. And then on the Tuesday, the following, I think it was the 4th, October 4th, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Wolfman, The Black Cat, Islands of Lost Souls,
And the Invisible Man.
And the Invisible Man. Wow, that's an awesome lineup. That's how it should be. That's how Svengoolie should be in October. That lineup. It's just power pack. All right. So that's basically just some of the things. All right. Some silent movies they're showing, and they've shown already. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Haxan, which they like. The Monster, very underrated Lon Chaney Sr. film. Nosferatu. Okay. And if you guys haven't seen it, The Phantom Carriage. It's a really good movie. All right. Phantom Carriage. 1930s movies, they had The Black Cat, Bride of Frankenstein, The Cat and the Canary with Bob Hope, right? The Devil Doll, Lionel Barrymore, of course, Dracula, Dracula's Daughter, which was on the first, and then Son of Dracula was on Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, Mad Love, Island of Lost Souls, Mark of the Vampire, The Mummy, The Old Dark House, which will be on Halloween. You guys check that out. And White Zombie, which will be on Halloween. Again, a hard to find or hard to see Bela Lugosi movie from 1932. I think it's 32 or 33. The 40s, we got The Wolfman, House of Dracula, Son of Dracula. All right, The Woman in Green. It's a Sherlock Holmes movie, which again we like Sherlock Holmes. 50s, Curse of the Demon, House of Wax, House on Haunted Hill. All right, M, the remake, The Indestructible Man, Return of Dracula, which was on the previous Sunday. Billy the Kid versus Dracula was on this Sunday. You gotta watch it. It is absolutely a disaster. It's so good. It's awesome. It's so bad. John Carradine is a train wreck. He should have Amtrak shirt on. It's such a mess. So they got stuff from the 70s. All right, Night of the Stranger. All right, House on Dark Shadows. 80s stuff they have. They have all the Hammer. They got some sci-fi stuff. They did Val Lewton. Val Lewton was last week. So they got a bunch of different things and some Japanese things as well. October. Also, AMC has horror movies on. They're more new. They're up to date, like 80s, 70s, Friday the 13th, Jason, all that stuff. But it's Halloween month. It's October. We like it, all right? Any last things you want to say? What lineup would you like to see in Svengoolie? 4 movies. Give me the 4 movies.
Frankenstein, The Wolfman, Dracula, and The Mummy.
Wow, that's a power-packed lineup. Universal, 4 of their main titles of all time. That's why Universal is king. That's why we are king, because we preview Universal. Svengoolie, October 2017. Any last things?
What would be your Power Pack lineup?
I would have Nosferatu on Halloween. All right, I would do that because that's classic. I would show Dracula, probably the first weekend, and in between, I would show some of the Universal actually lesser known movies. You mentioned before, Murders at the Zoo, and then I would like to have seen The Raven. I love The Raven, and it doesn't get enough airplay. Black Cat gets more airplay, even The Invisible Ray, but The Raven for me, 1934, awesome, one of my favorites. That would be mine. Good?
Yeah.
All right, I've been Ron Madaska.
This has been Robert Madaska, the third.
Don't look at me, look at them.
Okay.
He's a little shy tonight. All right. Happy Halloween to everybody. Happy October. Ow. This guy's violent. This is our new set. Hope you like our chairs. I hope you like Halloween. I hope you like Svengoolie this month. Hopefully for November we get some better films. We'll see. But we're out. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.